How can he give us a quiz if he hasn't taught us anything yet?
We're supposed to be a smart kid. Maybe he thinks we know stuff already.
I memorized every single day in the AP book. I better know more dates than Mr. Murph.
Next up, here he comes.
Hello, everybody. Well, I know some of you, but not all of you. And since this is a mixed grade class, let's introduce ourselves, shall we? I'm Mr. Murphy, and history is my game, which I guess you already know. How about you? Why don't you say your name, your grade, and whatever.
My name's Leandre. I'm in 3rd grade. Sorry, you already knew that. I'm just trying to follow the protocol.
Thank you, Leandre.
I'm Marcel. I'm in 5th grade. Whatever.
Marcel, whatevers are not required. Good to meet you. Next, in the back.
Douglas, 9th grade. I'm here under protest.
Oh, really? How so?
I don't like the idea of a mixed grade class. No offense.
Oh, we're taking.
Douglas, it's new for all of us. Let's roll with it, shall we?
Wait, Mr. Mars.
Yes, Marcel.
I do know whatever. I mean, a question. Will there be a quiz like today?
Well, kind of, yes.
How can you give us a quiz?
Not fair. You know my name, but I don't know yours.
Oh, sorry. I'm David, 10th grade. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, okay? I just mean you haven't taught us yet and what... Never mind.
No, Davian, you have a point. Look, don't worry. It's not a graded quiz.
It's not, but I got the dates memorized.
I don't believe we've met. You are?
Oops, sorry. Hi, I'm Srimati. I'm in 5th grade. I study all the time.
Well, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to know dates, but you know, there's a lot more to history than dates and battles and all that kind of stuff. History is about you and me. We are making history right now. And way back when, people like us were alive, doing things together, making choices, making history.
Mr. Murphy.
Yes, you have a question.
I like a comment.
Okay?
I thought that our history class will ever be in a history book.
Well, Leandre, you might be right about that, but that doesn't mean that you won't make the history book someday. Any one of you, or more than one of you, or all of you could make waves in this world. The kind of history that we're studying here, it's about people.
Like what?
Well, like Jersey City. What do you know about Jersey City's history?
I know that downtown used to be where a lot of poor people live. I know more rich people live there than in any other part of Jersey City.
You're right.
We can't even afford to live there anymore.
Yes, you're right. I know I can't.
I know that people just came and tore all the old houses down. I read that in the newspaper once.
Good, that's true.
You read the newspaper?
My mom doesn't. Sometimes they read all through computer.
Mr. Mars, how old is Jersey City?
Well, Jersey City was named Jersey City about 175 years ago.
What was it called before that? Or was there nothing before that?
Oh no, people have been living here for several thousand years.
Mr. Mars, I thought Henry Hudson discovered Jersey City in 1609. That's only 400 years ago.
You're right, Marcel. Henry Hudson was an English explorer who was working for the Dutch government, looking for a faster way to get to Asia because everybody was after Asian spices. Europeans loved Asian spices, and it was really hard to travel to Asia across land from Europe. So the Dutch and the English were trying to find ways to sail across the Atlantic Ocean and up and over North America, but that didn't work. So Henry Hudson did wind up sailing into the harbor here in 1609. But there were people already living here.
Indians?
Yep, there were several native tribes here, the first Americans. And on this side of the big river, we call it the Hudson River, there lived a tribe called the Lenni Lenape. They were an Algonquin people, they spoke an Algonquin language, and they had been living here for thousands of years.
So what was it called between 1609 and
1838 to be exact. Well, it was named the city of Jersey in 1820, and before that it was a part of Bergen Township in Bergen County.
Wait, Jersey City is in Hudson County.
Yes, but there was no Hudson County until 1840. This was all Bergen County before that.
So what about before 1820?
There were villages, all part of the town of Bergen. You might recognize the names. There was Hoboken,
You mean Hoboken?
yep, and the Weehawk,
Weehawken.
and Communipaw,
Communipaw? You mean like Communipaw Avenue?
the very same. Now there's some confusion about whether the name Communipaw comes from the Algonquin language that the Lenni Lenape spoke, or whether it's a shorthand way of saying Paw's community.
Who's Paul?
That would be Michael DePaw, who Pavonia is named after. He liked naming things after himself, and he was the first and largest Dutch landowner around here, so I guess he figured he could do that. Do you know what paw means in Dutch?
No.
It means peacock, and that should tell you something.
Mr. Morris, I thought New Jersey was made by the English.
It was, when they took over governing the area back in 1664. Before that, it was governed by the Dutch. You see, that's who Henry Hudson was working for when he sailed into the harbor in 1609. For 55 years, this area was a Dutch colony. The Dutch had colonies all around the world back then. And this was part of the colony of New Netherland. And down where the Liberty Science Center is by the Turnpike exit, that used to be the shoreline at high tide. And right there was the village of Communipaw.
That's where Communipaw Avenue is, right?
Or begins, depends on how you look at it. That's where the Dutch people first met the Lenni Lenape. That's where they first brought African slaves onto this land to work. It's where a lot of history was made. So a little geography. Which way was the village of Communipaw? It's east of here, right?
Oh yeah, I knew that.
This is where it all started. Hey, I have an idea. Want to go see?
Yeah.